December musical, it's like the one time of the year where the whole school comes together. I think being involved, like you get fourth formers like interacting with upper sixth that wouldn't necessarily do so, and like everyone becomes such a tight bond, and being part of that is, yeah, it's something special really.
Guys and Dolls is a classic musical. It's got a bit of everything. It's got good gags, it's got great songs, it's got a really, really good book and a good story. But mainly it's got a really huge cast, which allows loads of young people to be involved. And while some of the ideas in it may be slightly outmoded, I think that it's still got a relevance, it's still interesting, and it's still lots of fun for the whole community.
It's a story about two couples that fall in love, that like their stories cross over. It's set in New York in the 1920s, and it revolves a lot around like gambling and how two like very unexpected couples fall in love.
At first, I think that mine and everyone's kind of perception of Guys and Dolls is a bit like, oh, it's an old musical, it's not going to be fun, but doing it, it's just incredible. Like the set is insane.
It's taken about 2 months to come up with the initial sketches for this production. After doing some kind of detailed sketches, I then turned it into an AutoCAD model, and then from there I built this kind of 1 to 50 scale model of the set. And it kind of shows you kind of the overall look of what we should be seeing on stage. And these model boxes are really useful to showing to the director and the choreographer what the look is, what space they've got. And it's really useful for the actors as well, because obviously they can't be on stage while we're building this. I know what it's going to look like at the end, but no one else does, so it just helps kind of get those ideas across. So on this show we have about 15 tech crew students, 8 of which are on stage, and they'll be opening the doors, bringing the set on and off, doing props and that kind of stuff. We've got 2 doing radio mics. We've got 1 lad who'll be controlling all the sound effects and pre-show and mid-show announcements. We've got 2 on the lighting desk, and we have 3 follow spots.
What does it involve when you're in tech crew? What do you do?
Well,
Do you want to go?
okay. So you build sets like that. You build everything. You set up lights, you program them, program sound systems.
I really like AV, so I would be controlling the projectors, changing each image, and I'd also be pushing them in, so it's a bit like a slideshow.
It was pretty like standard as a audition process. So we firstly just had the singer solo and then dance audition, and also like a piece of the script.
So I auditioned for Sky originally, and then I ended up getting Nathan, which I actually found Nathan's a better character as well. Like Sky is more suave, but Nathan I feel is more crazy, and I think that's just realising now it's more fun to play that way.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Loads of people have surprised me actually. We held auditions, they all had to sing, and they all started singing. It was this wall of sound that was just gorgeous. And I was like, everyone can sing at this school, can't they?
So I think one of the best things about this production is it's 4 central leads. We've got Sky, who has this romance with the character Sarah. We've got the character of Miss Adelaide, who's played by India, and Nathan Detroit, who's played by Ben McLean. And that's kind of what the show is about. It's these 2 crisscrossing romances that are basically gambles. Each of them are gambling something about their life in the story, and that's kind of the theme of Guys and Dolls. But what's been great is those individuals as performers. They learnt the songs really quick, they learnt the moves really quick, and they've worked really hard on their independent characterization beyond rehearsals in late evenings or independently by doing that research.
You can, if you've got a dilemma, like you've got a rugby game and a rehearsal that you need it for at the same time, you can easily work around that. But it is difficult at points, but the teachers really help you flickering between the 2 or whatever you have going on.
You get to know each other a lot more because you spend a lot of time together in rehearsals and stuff, so it's nice to like come together and work together and everything.
You kind of come across people that you wouldn't usually come across at school, maybe in different years, or just people that you wouldn't normally see.
Your chest forwards, and you've got this presented.
Makes so much difference. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Rehearsals are going really well. I keep likening it to the different cogs in a machine, and all the cogs spin really well on their own. It's now the phase where we're putting the cogs into the machine and seeing if everything works. And thankfully, because the young people have worked so hard, it is going really, really well.
Couple of weeks leading up to it, it's the excitement that builds up to it, like the all-day rehearsals, like teching it, when it all comes together, and after the hard craft that you've put in like throughout the whole term and seeing it all come together it's just amazing to see.
I think the main thing about Guys and Dolls is that it is a show about gambling in every sense of the word. It's taking a gamble on love and romance, which we can all relate to, I hope, at some point in our lives. It's taking a gamble on making different life choices and seeing what's going to happen. And I think one of the things for young people, but one of the things for everyone, is if you don't play, you're definitely going to lose. And the idea of rolling the dice on something and seeing what happens, I think is still a relevant and interesting message for a modern audience. Well, we've made it to the dress rehearsal. It's very excited. There's lots of tension and excited atmosphere. It's been hard. It's been hard work to get here, but all the kids have really pulled through and got it done. They've worked hard, they've learnt their lines, they've learnt the songs, they've got their costumes on, they're in makeup, they've got their hair, they're mic checking now. This is the big moment, make or break.
Really excited, really good. Yeah, nervous but good.
I mean, I think the rehearsal today, it was obviously stressful because it was our first full run through, but obviously, as India said, we can see that it's definitely piecing together and it's going to be quite exciting. Woo!
Oh, on opening night I'll feel absolute terror and dread, and I'll be doubting myself so much, but when I'm on that stage it'll be so good, and it'll be so nice to just see everyone in the audience and on stage. It's just incredible.
Oh, it's amazing, it's amazing. It's just getting that clap, you know, at the final, and then you can't get to sleep that night, or that week, you can't really get to sleep. You've always got to lie in like that. It's just the adrenaline. You come off shaking, it's like, oh my God, I want to do that again.